So Microsoft wants to buy Discord. What is Discord and why is this important? Discord, if you're a gamer, you already know what Discord is, but Discord is basically a social media platform used primarily for gamers, and it's the best solution to game chat, in my opinion. It does the job when you're playing with your friends and you want to talk. You have that platform running in the background and you talk. And it's the best thing I've used so far. I have used Discord for a magnitude of things: watching movies with friends, video calling, audio calling, texting. And it's a unique thing where there is a sense of community. There are things called channels and servers where they just exist. You can just hop in and out at any point. And if your friends see you there, they can just join and you have a blast. You do whatever you want. It's a fun time, to be honest. And now Microsoft wants to buy it to strengthen its position when it comes to social media. Because when you think Microsoft, you don't really think social media, and they kind of want to have a presence in social media. So there are two sides of the story, one positive, one negative. And let's start with the negatives. The negatives are two examples. There are two examples of Microsoft doing this in the past that are not really popular with the user base that existed when it comes to buying a company. The first thing is Skype. So Microsoft had Messenger, obviously, the very popular Messenger, and Skype was rising into prominence, rising into popularity, and Microsoft bought Skype. And then there was this problem of which is which. Now, Microsoft owns two messaging platforms. Which one should stay alive? Which one should receive the funds? And which one should be shuttered? And in this case, they chose to merge Skype and Messenger and keep the Skype name. Messenger, rest in peace. So Skype still stands strong until Zoom comes in, and now Microsoft missed the Zoom hype. Everyone jumped onto Zoom and they introduced another thing called Microsoft Teams. And now what is the difference between Skype and Teams, and which one should I use? Skype for Business morphs into Teams, and people who were a fan of the platform Skype now see the platform as a child missing between all these juggernauts. And people are afraid of having that experience with Discord. So Microsoft swallows Discord whole. Now, what is the difference between Discord, Skype, Teams? So many things, right? So that's the fear number one. And fear number two is once Microsoft buys a company, sometimes it just kills it off completely with an example, which is Mixer. So they had Twitch. Twitch, owned by Amazon, is a big player in the streaming world, and Microsoft thought we needed to make a competitor. So they bought a company and made it into Mixer. And then when they saw that Mixer wasn't giving them enough money, they just closed the whole thing. And it's, dead because they own it. And that's the fear when it comes to the Discord user base. If Microsoft buys this, will they change it so much where it's unrecognizable, mixing it with other platforms, or they might even kill it off once they see it's not profitable enough? The positive side is two other acquisitions. One is Minecraft. Minecraft is a huge game, the best-selling game of all time, if I'm not mistaken. And it's been left alone when Microsoft bought it. They have incorporated with Microsoft, but they haven't restricted it in any way. And the community there only kept on growing, and it was a successful purchase by all means. And the other thing, the social media aspect of it, the non-gaming aspect of it, is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is owned by Microsoft and has been primarily left alone. So we might see Discord being receiving that extra attention and it grows even more. Or it might be the case where Microsoft comes in and messes up with things, and maybe it's also a mixture of both. So Microsoft might be buying Discord by the end of the month, and we'll see what happens to my favorite gaming platform. The next story is about YouTube and a YouTube competitor by the name of Bilibili. Have you ever heard of this software or this website called Bilibili? I went to the website. Of course, I don't understand anything. It's in Chinese. But apparently, they have gone public with the company and it didn't do quite as well. And here it is, another example of if there is a platform so dominant, it's very hard to shake off the status quo. It's very difficult to introduce something so similar to YouTube. YouTube has been dominating this market for so long. There is no other video streaming service that is quite like it. And I guess because of the Chinese way of doing things, they have to find a competitor. And I guess this is it. It looks very, very different, obviously. And this article by the BBC approaches it in a business point of view. And I'm wondering if I happen to visit China and go onto this website, would it do what I wanted from YouTube? I want to know if there is someone who used both or have been using both. What is the big difference in terms of content that you can find in the Bilibili website? It's just interesting to see that there is another world, there is another situation where the websites we are heavily dependent on are not used at all, and there is an alternative used by other people, millions of people, I'm sure. So Bilibili, a strange website, but it exists for a reason. Maybe it becomes popular just like TikTok has become. We'll see. The final story, I'm going to keep this video a little bit shorter than the previous ones. It's about illegal vaccines being sold on the illegal market. This article by the CNN caught my eye. I was like, what? If something is this complex, like a pandemic, how to deal with it, you find people all in all sorts of opinions. Some people are willing to get the vaccine, but they don't have the opportunity to do so. So I guess they go to the dark web to buy these things. Security researchers, cited here by CNN, have found doses of the vaccines up to $1,000 a dose for AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson. And what is interesting is they have been selling, apparently, vaccine certificates for $200 each. So just a false certificate saying that you've been vaccinated for $200. And it doesn't stop even there. There are some proof of negative tests that are being sold so it's $25 for a negative COVID-19 test result. And there is buy two, get the third for free. I don't know if these are legit. Are they really, working doses, or are they, a scam? And I don't know how this certificate thing works. Even if it exists, what's the use of? I guess maybe some people are dodging restrictions using these things. Some experts say that illegal markets are inevitable. So this demand by people will lead to someone supplying it in a legal way. And obviously, people are saying that don't take pictures of your vaccine cards or your personal details, because they can be used to do to create these false certificates. So an interesting thing where you might see people really want the vaccine and not have it. Some people are encouraged to have the vaccine, and they're debating in their heads whether or not they should. And some people are anti-vaccines. And here you go. The full spectrum is on show right here. That's the end of the news. That's the piece of news that's really interesting, and I thought I might share. I hope you stay safe and you take the real medication, none of this shady stuff. And I hope you have a fantastic week, and see you next week.